Well, Houston, we have a problem, and it's not with the carburetor. I've got a carb rebuild kit coming, and a buddy of mine's gonna see if he's got another one of these laying around. So one way or another, that'll get fixed and it'll be running again. My problem is with the hood hinges here. I was looking at them last night, and I decided before I go and rip hinges off the other car, I just go to my book here and take a look and see what they look like. And here is the hood hinge for my car, and if you look at it, you've got two bolts on the side and then one on the bottom that mounts it to the car itself. And here is a diagram for the hood hinge on the one in the pasture, the LTD2, along with the Thunder Cougar Falcon Bird there. And it's got two bolts on the side and one on the top. You can see it better on the fender there, but that's not going to work. They're slightly different, so I'm kind of screwed. I could probably modify things to work with those other hinges, but before I go hacking stuff apart, I want to see if I can get these to work. I went ahead and I took off this mount yesterday and tried to tweak it back a little bit, but it wasn't enough. The hood still wouldn't shut, so I'm going to try something else. I'm going to take these springs off, because there's a lot of tension when you close the hood, and I'm hoping that if I can get those springs off, take that tension away, maybe that thing won't tweak out to the left here so much, and it might actually shut. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those off on both sides just so they're even and see if that helps. And if I can get the hood shut with that, I might just build some sort of a prop rod up here and call that a day. Probably have to take that off and see if I can tighten it up and tweak it back a little bit, but that'll be after I see what happens when I get the springs off. Alright, let's see if we can get these springs off. It should be fairly easy if I just pull on this sucker. They'll come out like that. Grab the other one. Alright, let's see what we're up against. Still a little bit bent. Trying to see why it's so bent. Well, with a little finagling, I did manage to actually get the hood to shut, but it definitely ain't perfect. Definitely not happy there. The other side's even worse. But I mean, that might get me down the road. I don't think the hood will fly up. I definitely need to work with that hinge though. See if it'll open again. Yeah, I think it will. Well, would you look at that? It ain't perfect, but the damn thing shuts and it latches all the way, which is all I really care about. This side's got a fairly big gap over here, and we'll walk around the other side. You'll be able to see it's, you know, it's a little bit off, but I mean, I can live with a little gap. I just want the hood to shut easily, and now it does. What I ended up doing was taking this hinge on this side and adjusting it all the way down, and it seems to have helped. I can get the hood shut and I can get it open again fairly easily. you know, it pops up when you pull the lever, so I can open it. Now all I got to do is figure out some sort of a hood prop, now that I don't have springs in it. So I think once I figure that out, I'm just going to leave it as is, no springs. And just be gentle with it when I use it, when I open the hood. Because all I really need is something to work, and I think I can get new hinges online for like 150 bucks or something crazy like that. I'm not going to spend that kind of money, and the ones in the pasture won't really work, so I think this will be good for now. Now you just got to figure out that hood prop. Alright, well, I think I managed to come up with a solution for that hood prop there. I got a chunk of metal from an old gazebo. I've taken the inside of a Marble Mystery Oil cap and took a self-tapper and screwed it down to the hood. And I would have, you know, laid it here or something, but the hood won't close like that, so I'm going to take and shove it in here. It's a little bit tricky to get it to go right, but I figure, there we go. I figure that's a good spot for it to sit for now. And I went ahead and I bent that end of it so it fits up in that hole, and it holds the hood pretty good. Little tricky to get it out, but it's not really too big of a deal. And you just stick her in there and pop it in the hole, and you're good to go. So it's better than spending a ton of money trying to fix it, and it should work. So I don't think it'll be in the way of the automatic headlights. I think it's a little bit higher than anything they'll touch, and it won't get in the way of the hood latch if I keep it to the back side. So I'm going to call that a solution. I'm happy with it. Hood hinge is fixed. Now I just need to get me a carburetor or a rebuild kit and rebuild that one.